Hello guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the Three Hammers. This is my review of the Man City 2 West Ham 1 game that's literally just finished minutes ago. Well, at least it wasn't 10. And at least it wasn't 4s, 5s and 6s, you know. Lots of positives to take from that. It was a tough game and a tough ask to go up there and get anything at all. Let's just quickly go through the lineups, guys. For them, they had Edison, Walker, Otamendi, Mangala, Danilo, De Bruyne, Delph, Silva, Sterling, Aguero and Sane, you know, a who's who of their sort of front 5, 6. So, you know, and when you see our lineup, guys, when it initially come out, obviously Adrian Rice, Ogbonna, Cresswell, Zabaleta, Chiatti, Fernandez, Obiang, Masuaku, Lanzini and Antonio up top by himself. On the bench, though, nice to see a few kids in there. Keena, Johnson, Trott and Martinez, obviously Ayo, Saka and Arnautovic all came on, though we didn't see any of the kids in the end. But yeah, you know, the game started off, you know, City were always going to have loads of the ball. They was, you know, just constantly basically parked on our 18-yard box, left, right, front, backwards, and we sort of dealt with it well, you know. We was cutting the balls out to Silva and De Bruyne and sort of stopping their main men playing, really, which was, you know, it was good. We was doing well what we could. We couldn't do anything in possession, particularly early on in the game. It was hard for us, you know, to get anything going. But I remember us having a corner early on. It sort of floated in. Chiatti flicked it to the back post where Antonio just missed. That was probably, to be honest, the best chance of both teams in the half, really, up until that point. But they was just taking some pop shots, and we had a few blocks, and Adrian made a couple of little saves, but nothing major from their end, you know. Like, looking at the shots overall, you know, they had 24 through the whole game, 8 on target, but we managed to sort of keep them at a distance for a long time. I remember Lanzini had one just through. He forced a shot. It was a good effort. Sacco come on quite sort of midway through the first half. Actually, it was about the 43rd minute. Actually, Chiatti picked up a little knock. I'm not sure what it was, but Sacco did come on. And I have to say, I was very impressed with Sacco. People have got people, you know, criticise him, and rightly so. You know, he's sulked and he's done what he's done to West Ham. But when he's on the pitch, I don't think anyone can deny he works, he hustles, and he really gives defenders things to think about. For me, I would have started Sacco today and had Antonio pushed to the right wing. For me, Sacco has to start until he leaves, if he does leave, because he has got a goal in him, and he does, you know, he hustles. He won the sort of the corner, it came in, didn't it? And then Ogbonna, Cresswell played it to Lanzini. Lanzini played it back to Cresswell. Cresswell whips it in. Ogbonna 1-0. Scenes is what I can say. Absolute scenes, you know. What a time to score. 44th minute. City had sort of no time to reply at that point, and we go in at 1-0 half time, you know. No one could have imagined, you know, to go in at 1-0 half time. Like I say, we was good for it as well, you know. City were a bit lacklustre in the first half, sort of maybe thought, as you would, thought that West Ham would be a bit of a pushover, but you know, today we was okay for our money today. It didn't take long though, you know. Second half, their goal came, didn't it? Otamendi. It was always going to come. We was always going to concede, you know, for just purely on the amount of goals we have conceded all season. So for me, yeah, I was expecting it to go 1-1. We pushed, you know, we had a few little chances here and there. On the break, Sacco had one, didn't he? Right at the end when it was 2, when they actually was winning. But yeah, like I say, their second goal, guys. Unfortunately, it did take a deflection off Declan Rice, who did have, you know, a good game. He was getting a bit criticised on Twitter by some fans, but you know, he's a young lad against, you know, arguably one of the best attacking teams in the world, not just in the Premier League. I thought he did okay. You know, I did like Cresswell at left centre back as well. Obviously, as the game went on from that point, we was getting deeper and deeper. We weren't sort of breaking, like we sort of accepted, you know, the pressure. And the commentator actually said at 75th minute, didn't he? it's too long for West Ham to sit back, and inevitably, sadly, it was. It took a touch of brilliance though. It was De Bruyne, weren't it? He floated in, again, one of his delicate killer passes to David Silva, and David Silva, put it in. Jesus even was very dangerous when he was on as well. He sort of, gave us something else to think about. But yeah, it's painful. I have to say, the loss it's a big shame. Like I say, Saka had that massive chance at the end, and Arnautovic beat Mangala, didn't he, for pace. Even picked out a perfect pass as well, but he just dragged it wide. Adrian, for me, fantastic, I've got to say. For me, I would start him, but whether Moyes has got the bottle to do that next week, we'll have to wait and see against Chelsea. But like I say, there's definitely positives. Definitely some positives for me. Big performances, like I say, Saka I thought played really well. The midfield did really well for Obiang. One of his better games. He actually picked out some really good passes when we did have little chances to break. Yeah, Antonio still looks a bit injured to me. Still a little bit, off the pace. But yeah, we're still in the bottom three, sadly. But like I say, if we can, that's a benchmark now. We've got to play with that same level of concentration, that same level of effort, determination, and against the lesser teams, you will have more, more chances and more time to take credit for it, But yeah, wasn't to be today. No shame in losing 2-1 to a team as good as Man City. Move on to Chelsea, another tough game. They're banging in goals for fun. Hazard's flying, Morata's flying. So it's not getting any easier, guys. But if we can, keep a good performance level up over them games, if that's a minimum, if we lose the next two, we're not meant to win them games, Chelsea, Arsenal. But if we can keep performance level up, looking at Newcastle, Stoke games after that, then we might be able to sort of get some points and push ourselves out of it. Obviously, we're looking over our shoulder a bit now at the results around us. Results sort of did go our way yesterday, so we was a bit lucky. But yeah, teams like West Brom, they're down there, etc. Let me know what you think of the game, guys. Do you agree with me on Sacco that he should be starting now? But you just know Andy Carroll's going to be back and he'll go straight in, and it's not the way it should be. It should be Sacco starting for me, and perhaps when Hernandez back, him and Sacco could create a really interesting partnership. Until then, guys, we'll be back if we can this week with a podcast. I've got a few things to do at work, so it's touch and go whether there will be a podcast, but we will try our best, because whenever we do one, your comments are fantastic. We know you love the show. Until then, guys, come on your irons. Let's keep believing, things will turn around. Let's hope so. Let's go.